Live from WSLS, this is 10 News at 6, working for you.
Now at 6, a state of emergency ahead of another winter storm.
We've had kind of a double hit.
The 1-2 punch expected here at home.
Plus, a ruling reversed.
They made a poor decision, and today they made a fake apology.
The mask policy vote in one local school district that's frustrated parents.
And the attack on the Capitol 1 year later. The common goal between lawmakers on both sides.
Good evening, and thanks for joining us. I'm Brittany McGraw.
And I'm John Carlin. We started the week with bitter cold temperatures and snow, and guess what? That's how most of us will end the week as well.
That's right. Tonight we are tracking more winter weather. We want to give you a live look from downtown Wytheville, where we are waiting for the snow. You can see the conditions there clear right now, but that is going to change. We're working for you to monitor those latest conditions.
And we expect those westernmost areas to get the snow first. That's why we're in Wytheville, and meteorologist Delaney Wharton is here now to break down what we can expect as we go into the overnight hour. Delaney?
Yeah, so that snow's slowly starting to move in at this point, but it's been a very dry atmosphere so far. Now, we do still have our winter storm warning in effect for our counties. They're shaded in pink, mostly for the highlands if you're along and north of that 64 corridor, where we're expecting our highest totals, a winter weather advisory in that color, that purplish color for really a majority of the rest of us, with the exception of a south side and portions of central. Now, we have been seeing some precipitation. However, our atmosphere at this point is so dry that a lot of this is actually not making it to the ground. So we are seeing that on radar. We have had some reports of some flurries back towards areas like Wytheville, even Hillsville. We'll continue to watch this here for the next few hours. And even though this band of snow and rain is starting to clear out, we still have our large system just off to the west. We'll continue to watch this here for the next several hours. Again, our highest totals are definitely going to be towards the mountains, our higher elevations, the New River Valley, along with the highlands. But not only that, we have to take into account our temperatures. Now, back towards St. Louisburg, you are quite a bit colder than the rest of us now at 28 degrees. Here in Roanoke, though, 43, even 47 back towards Danville. So our temperatures here are going to be dropping pretty quickly as this cold front starts to move through. But we'll bring you more details on your full forecast coming up with Jeff Hanowich. John?
Thank you, Delaney. Well, tonight a state of emergency is in effect, and the Virginia National Guard's on standby because of the winter weather. 20 soldiers are on duty in our region, while dozens of others are positioned all across the Commonwealth. They have chainsaws to clear fallen trees or open blocked roads, and trucks that can navigate through heavy snow.
We just really want to be prepared. We want to have great communication with our emergency management, our VDOT folks, our Virginia State Police, and again, just make sure that everybody stays safe. That's our #1 priority, and make sure that we can keep our roads open as best we can.
That's Governor Ralph Northam, who also addressed the traffic nightmare on Interstate 95 earlier this week, saying he does not think an investigation is needed, but he will leave that up to the incoming governor.
School closings and delays related to this incoming weather are already starting to roll in. And right now, Pulaski, Nelson, Highland, and Carroll County schools will be closed tomorrow, while Bedford County is on a 2-hour delay.
And that list will likely grow throughout the night, so make sure to download the 10 News weather app for a complete list of closings and delays.
You can also get updates on snowfall totals and conditions where you live sent straight to your phone.
Meanwhile, the Roanoke County School Board did a 180 today, reversing a decision from just 48 hours ago to get rid of the school-wide mask mandate. 10 News reporter Lindsay Kennett sat in on that meeting. So, Lindsay, why did they change their mind so quickly, and then what was the reaction from the people who were there?
Board members realized their decision could have put the district in a compromising legal position. So all but one board member, Cheryl Ficciani, voted to reinstate the mask mandate. Now, this meeting was not open to public comment, but 2 citizens made emotional pleas to the chairman to keep masks in schools regardless of what the new governor does.
If you want them in person, why are you doing this?
An emotional back and forth after a special Roanoke County School Board meeting Thursday afternoon. Citizens pleading with Chairman David Linden to keep students and teachers safe.
I am asking you, person to person here, are you committed to making sure that our schools stay open by keeping a mask mandate in place?
Board members did a 180 Thursday, rescinding their decision just 48 hours earlier to revert the district to pre-COVID medical policies. No required masks, contact tracing, or quarantining. A move that would have violated state law. Senate Bill 1303 requires school boards to follow the CDC's guidance to stop the spread of COVID-19, which includes all of those things. 18-year-old Jacob Phillips, who graduated from Northside High last year, has 2 younger siblings in the district, and he says masks should be worn in schools.
They protect students, they protect their families, and they protect our educators.
After an hour-long closed session to get legal advice, board members said their intention wasn't to break the law or make decisions without the public's input. But many do support getting rid of masks when they can.
And I promise to continue to explore ways to make masks optional in our schools. Unfortunately, today is not the day that we're legally able to do that.
Phillips is glad the board reversed its decision, but says it's not for the right reasons.
They made a poor decision, and today they made a fake apology and had to do what they had to do because their lawyers told them what to do. Not their hearts, not their mind, not their moral compass.
Earlier today, Roanoke City and Allegheny Health District Director Dr. Cynthia Morrow said that COVID-19 is the 3rd leading cause of death and that parents and educators should teach their kids that wearing a mask is an act of kindness because it helps protect others. Reporting live in Roanoke County, I'm Lindsay Kennett, 10 News, working for you.
In the fight against COVID-19, $5 million is going toward new community testing centers across Virginia. There will be 9 facilities that will provide free PCR tests in response to the rapid spread of the Omicron variant of the coronavirus. One of those will be in Roanoke, near or on the same property as the VDH Community Vaccination Center at the former Sears at Valley View Mall. The new testing centers will operate 4 to 6 days a week.
Today marks 1 year since the January 6th attack at the U.S. Capitol. President Joe Biden and Vice President Kamala Harris condemned the insurrection. They called for Americans to work toward a stronger democracy. And there were several other remembrance events, including a moment of silence in the House of Representatives.
4 people from our area are facing charges for their alleged actions at the Capitol that day. This includes former Rocky Mount police officers Thomas Robertson and Jacob Fracker, who posed for pictures inside the building and then posted them online. They pled not guilty last February and are scheduled to go on trial April 4th. That same month, the FBI arrested Jeremy Grosclose of Elliston. Social media also played a role in that case. And then last summer, investigators arrested Covington native Joshua Haynes on federal charges. Authorities believe he's one of the people who helped destroy media equipment during the riot.
Lawmakers representing Virginia are reflecting on their experience on January 6th. 10 News reporter Annie Schroeder is working for you to share their story tonight and their hope to increase security in the future.
1 year ago, legislators from across Virginia traveled to Washington to discuss election results when they were met with violence at the Capitol.
This assault on democracy is so much bigger than any other particular issue.
People need to understand that you can't just come barging into a government building while business is taking place.
Republican Congressman Morgan Griffith of the New River Valley was on the floor when he started a heated discussion with House Speaker Nancy Pelosi.
I'm late. The gentleman's name was not timely.
Even though the folks coming into the Capitol were on the right, they messed up an opportunity for folks on the right to explain why it is they were upset with the 2020 election.
Just across the hall in the Senate, Democratic Senator Mark Warner was also on the floor.
You know, this effort in terms of overturning an election, unfortunately didn't end on January 6th. We've seen supporters of the former president go out and in state after state try to dramatically restrict Americans' right to vote.
Virginia Tech political expert Karen Holt says the insurrection has caused more division than unity.
I think this sense of polarization and hostility is going to continue for a variety of reasons.
And while political discussions in Washington stay split among party lines, both Virginia politicians hope to see more done to protect the Capitol in the future. Annie Schroeder, 10 News, working for you.
A record year of crime in the Hill City, what the police chief plans to do to address the violence in 2022.
Plus, if you heard about this, the TJ Maxx at Tanglewood Mall has been incorrectly charging customers. We're working for you to explain the mix-up.
There's been a lot of confusion over Roanoke City's new plastic bag tax, and for nearly a week, one store has been incorrectly charging customers. When 10 News learned that the TJ Maxx at Tanglewood Mall, which is located in Roanoke County, has been charging people 5 cents for bags, we alerted the company to the problem. You're looking at that receipt. We highlighted that bag fee that you can see there. Well, it turns out they were not aware that the store is outside city limits. So if you were charged that fee, take your receipt to the Electric Road TJ Maxx to get a refund.
And 2 winning Powerball tickets in California and Wisconsin will split the $632 million jackpot. Safe to say they're not worried about the 5-cent bag tax.
They are not.
That does not matter to these people. But there were some big winners right here in our area in the New River Valley. 2 tickets worth $50,000 were sold in Christiansburg and Radford. Probably no bag tax problems for them. According to the Virginia Lottery, there were more than 68,000 tickets in Virginia that had prizes. The drawings have also brought in more than $18 million for K-12 education since October.
Your local weather authority, always watching and tracking for you from the JES Weather Center.
Well, this morning we saw sunshine and we warmed into the 40s and 50s today. Now we're very closely watching our next disturbance. There are returns on the radar, and while maybe a little bit of this is reaching the ground in the form of a couple of flurries and or sprinkles, most of this not yet reaching the ground. It is certainly reaching the ground in far southwest Virginia, also into West Virginia. It's only a matter of time before we start to see the air moisten up enough where everything you see on radar does indeed fall and actually hit the surface. Now, you will start to see more snow developing here over the next hour or so into our westernmost areas. By 9, 10 o'clock, we're certainly going to see some snow hitting the Roanoke Valley, maybe even areas a little farther to the east, while south side at 9, 10, 11 o'clock, it's mainly just rain showers in places like Danville, South Boston, Charlotte Courthouse. May see a change over to a little bit of snow in Martinsville by, say, 10 or 10:30. This is all gone by about 2 a.m. Okay, so this is, as we've been saying for days, a quick hitting storm system, does not have a ton of moisture with it, and the dry air is kind of eating away at some of our opportunity to at least see a little bit of snow. So that is one of the reasons why we actually lowered the snowfall totals you're going to see here in just a minute. Now, on Friday, may have a couple of leftover clouds early in the day. Otherwise, it looks like we're going to be turning mostly sunny as we head into Friday. Now, Friday night, skies are fair, and then Saturday is going to be a day where we see a lot of sunshine from sun up until sundown. Here's a look at snowfall accumulation for tonight. Areas in pink, that's where we're looking at around 2 to 4, maybe isolated 5-inch totals. That includes areas, say, towards the western highlands, along our border counties with West Virginia, south into Bland County, even into portions of Wythe and Grayson counties, 2 to 5 inches. Areas in light blue, that's where we're expecting to see a coating to 2 inches. That includes Hillsville, Floyd, Roanoke, areas in around Buchanan and Lexington. We're only looking at 0 to 1. That's nothing to 1 inch into Lynchburg and Southside locations, probably honestly farther east. You're going to get a little bit closer to that 0 number than that 1 inch number. I want to talk to you about Blacksburg and Radford. We have these two lines kind of bisecting those two areas, an indicator that we think areas around Blacksburg, Radford, maybe even Pulaski will see roughly about maybe 1 to 3 inches of snow. All right, so here's a look at those impacts. Again, more snow west, much less farther to the east. The mountains have the best chance for some slick and snow-covered roads here as we head into tonight. Some outages can't be ruled out, but that number is going to be far, far less than what we had last time, simply because the snow is not quite as widespread and the rates aren't going to be quite as heavy. Now, as far as those winds are concerned, they're going to strengthen as we head later tonight into tomorrow. Looking at sustained winds from about midnight on, between about 10 and 20 miles per hour, gusting in excess of 30 miles per hour. Winds are going to be a little bit stronger in the mountains than they will be towards the Piedmont, but everybody's going to see that wind increasing here after midnight tonight. Temperatures right now at 620. You're in the 30s in Covington and Lexington, Blacksburg, Hillsville, Galax still in the 40s, Roanoke, Lynchburg, and Southside. The Polar Express arrives for us here behind this front tonight. Coldest air we've seen of the season, absolutely coming into play, and this could potentially be the coldest air we've seen in 2 to 3 years. It is going to be frigid Friday and Saturday. With this cold air coming in place, it's a good idea to check on the elderly, give those pets, of course, a warm place to be, take them inside, and be cautious with those exposed pipes. Cover them up if you haven't already. For tonight, the rain and snow that develops will end. Otherwise, we're blustery. Overnight lows tonight in the teens and 20s. 4 p.m. temperatures tomorrow, mainly in the 20s and low to mid 30s. Temperatures for the 24-hour period we call Friday will be maximized at midnight tonight. And in your extended forecast, you'll notice highs for the next week, 30s and 40s, lows in the teens and 20s for the most part. It's mainly rain for us here Sunday into Sunday night. Then we're dry with more sun Monday through Wednesday. John, Brittany.
Thank you, Jeff. Well, this weekend, thousands of Girl Scout cookies will be returning to the Roanoke Valley.
Oh, so many of us have been waiting for this. Thin Mints, Samoas, and Tagalongs will be a part of the lineup as cookie season starts back up for troops across our region. That is a new cookie. It's called Adventurefuls, and it's going to be making its first appearance. They're a chocolate cookie with caramel-inspired cream and a hint of sea salt.
This week, we had cookies delivered all over the council, about 200,000 packages within our 36-county footprint to get ready for our girls to begin selling this weekend at those wonderful booths that have not been out for the last couple of years.
All right, so cookie season will run until March 31st, and we can't wait. Stay with us. Sports is next.
Mark Poston has resigned as head coach at Rockbridge County. He spent the last 6 seasons leading the Wildcats, tallying a record of 32-30. They went from winless in 2016 to reaching the Region 3C postseason in each of the last 5 seasons. Administration says an immediate search has begun to find a replacement. Take on 10 action is getting rather close as we enter the last week of the regular season. Team 10, Appy and I are tied at 162. Brooke right behind us with 151. Freedom First is still solid. Jeremiah and Brent sitting at 1-2 overall. So entering this weekend, Team 10, we're just 9 picks behind the Freedom First squad. Your news and notes: Steelers place Deontay Johnson and Kendrick Green on the COVID list. Bears do the same for Justin Fields. And Matt DiBenedetto will be a full-time driver in the Truck Series this year.